This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
When is Hobby Lobby opening at the Laurel Mall? We'll tell you next, plus we'll find out how business has been doing at the mall during the pandemic. Hi everyone, and thank you for watching. I'm Ken Carr with your local information. We start with a few news notes out of the city of Hazleton. Hazleton City Council voted unanimously to make Brian Schoonemaker the city's police chief. Schoonemaker has been acting chief since April. In another unanimous decision, 3 full-time police officers were hired: Matthew Sfronos, Dalton Michael Payne, and Yenis Bronco Sanchez. In other city news, Mayor Jeff Cassat tested positive for COVID-19. Cassat tells the Standard Speaker he is feeling good, and he encourages anyone with even the slightest symptoms to get tested. It hasn't been business as usual anywhere during the pandemic, but according to the Laurel Mall's property manager, business hasn't been bad. Our Janine Lasan has more on shopping during the pandemic, and she has some information on new stores at the mall, including Hobby Lobby.
We're on location today here on SSPTV News to touch base with Rocco Aruzzo here at the Laurel Mall to talk about what is going on with jobs, with local businesses staying open during COVID.
Well, I think the Laurel Mall survived COVID, even though we were closed for those 3 months, March through June. It was a tough 3 months to watch, our tenants, of course, not doing any business. And when we finally opened up, we only lost a few tenants, actually 2, but we replaced them. So the Laurel Mall right now, as we're sitting here today, is in a very good place because other than the third of Kmart that's available, that Spirit of Halloween just left, for the season, that's it. That's all we have left. So we're in a good place, thank God.
Right, you have Planet Fitness, who was able to reopen at the beginning of January.
Right.
You have Hobby Lobby set to open, and I know there's a lot of excitement with Hobby Lobby.
Oh, there is.
I know we have a pop-up store here, and I know just from working several hours a day here that there's people in and out. I mean, we're busy, so I know that people are supporting local and people are coming into the mall. So
they are. That's one thing, and as we were talking before we went on camera, we had a good, when you look at the year in review, if I can use that term, most of our stores, a good number of them, did very well over the holidays. We had a great holiday season, and most of our stores, even though we were closed those 3 months, you would think they lost a lot of business. A lot of the stores are down maybe 2, 3, 4, maximum 5%. That is not bad considering they were, closed. And then, even when we opened in June, there was that slow period. But we had a fabulous holiday season. We're pleased. I think the philosophy of, when you mentioned Hobby Lobby, a national company coming in, they didn't back out. They said, hey, we are still going to come to that area. They believe in the area. If you believe in the area, Janine, you know yourself, you've been here all your life. It's a fabulous area. I think with Hobby Lobby, and you mentioned them, and we'll mention that they are opening January 25th, which is a little earlier than what we anticipated. So that's their grand opening, so come out to Hobby Lobby. And our philosophy was 5.5 years ago was, hey, we have to take this mall, as all malls should, and transform it into not only retail, but service, and then of course your restaurants. You have to look at the local businesses and make it a local mall because a lot of your national companies are no longer, in business.
And when we say the mall, it's not only the one structure of this building that we're in, the main building that has the Laurel Mall name on it. This includes the strip mall. This also includes the area where the cinema is. What's going on with that property?
Cinema right now is closed, but what we are hearing, and that's a little through the grapevine, is that they are going to try to open in February. That's their goal. So we're hoping that they do open in February. I know Regal themselves are under Chapter 11 bankruptcy, but they said that would not affect them as it was reorganization.
What about the Ground Round building?
Ground Round, we do have some interest now in it again, and it is a restaurant. So I can't mention anything other than that Lexington's working on that. We do have someone interested in the third section of that 1/3 left of Kmart.
Okay.
There are national companies looking at that. So.
And Bogarts. Former Bogarts.
The former Bogarts, it's a shame because right before pandemic hit, the lease went out to a restaurant owner. And they were reviewing it. It was all getting ready to sign it, and the pandemic, unfortunate COVID-19 hit. So obviously they didn't sign the lease. So it's still, from what the owner tells us, look, we're sitting on it right now, obviously. Let's see how the restaurant industry goes, and there still might be some interest. So that's the only thing empty.
Keeping it rolling, keeping people employed, that's another factor that people don't look at.
Yeah.
How many people are employed, do you know, here at
Yeah,
Laurel
with
Mall?
the addition now, Hobby Lobby is hiring 80, between 80 and 90. It'll level off to about 60. With all the full and part-time employees now that we have, we'll hit about 980 employees, which is not bad for the area. The Laurel Mall does employ a lot of people.
Again, remember to support local. It does make a difference with employees.
Absolutely.
And also with keeping the businesses that you like open for business. So Rocco, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Today's news feature is brought to you by Frankie's Pizzeria, located at 3739 Wyoming Street in Hazleton. Every Friday night is all-you-can-eat crab legs from 5 until 8 p.m. Reservations are suggested. You can call 570-454-6000 to make a reservation or for more information.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
Here's our forecast from the National Weather Service. Friday, a 20% chance of rain and snow after 1 p.m., mostly cloudy with highs in the 40s. Friday night, an 80% chance of rain and snow showers becoming all snow after 11 p.m., lows in the 30s. Saturday, a 30% chance of snow showers mixing with rain after 11 a.m., then gradually ending. It'll be mostly cloudy with highs in the 30s. Saturday night, mostly cloudy with lows in the 20s. Sunday is partly sunny with highs in the 30s. Sunday night, mostly cloudy with lows in the 20s. Then for Martin Luther King Jr. Day on Monday, it's partly sunny with highs in the 30s. Monday night, partly cloudy with lows in the 20s. It's time for the SSPTV Standard Speaker Scoreboard. In Schuylkill League girls basketball, Tamaqua, North Schuylkill, and Monomoy area were winners, while Marion took a loss to Nativity. Emma Hope and Keziah Streisel scored 11 points for Tamaqua. Maya Wetzel had 19 for the Lady Spartans, and Claudia Clark led Monomoy with 18. Carly Minchoff was the high scorer for Marion with 15 points. Xander McElhenney and Hayden Fresh had falls for North Schuylkill in their Schuylkill League Division I wrestling win over Tamaqua. Coming up, a story about sports and faith with Father Alan Hoffa at Marion Catholic High School, plus today's SSPTV Spotlight is about child safety online, and next an actress from our area talks about starting her own production company and her new movie.
Marion Catholic's 8th annual Polar Plunge will be held on Saturday, January 30th at Monk Chunk Lake Park in Jim Thorpe. Registration will begin at 10 a.m. and the plunge will begin at 12 noon. You can register to plunge or be a chicken for $35 per person. Marion Catholic students' registration fee is $25. To register, you can visit marioncatholichs.org. SSPTV News would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Paul M. Esposito, Sr. of Hazel Township. Services will be private under the Firo Funeral Home. John Graybosch, age 77, of Hazleton, who passed away on December 20th. Services were previously held under the Joseph A. Moran Funeral Home. John C. Kalenak, age 72, of Freeland. Services will be private under the McNulty Funeral Home. Arlene S. Krause, age 96, of West Hazleton. Services will be private under the Crofton Hughes Funeral Home. And Natalie Durso Paisley of Hazleton. Services will be held at a later date under the Joseph A. Moran Funeral Home. Today's social and obituary report is brought to you by Harmon Funeral Homes and Crematory. Call 570-788-0977 or go to harmonfuneral.com.